Hey everyone, Lucamus Prime here. So, it's time for another top 10 reasons why video today. Today I'm going to be doing a top 10 reasons why I like Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, more than the theatrical version. Now, so yeah, for those of you who didn't see my Superman ranking video that I did back in August, this is actually my favourite Superman movie of all time. And many of you are probably wondering why it's my favourite one out of all Superman movies. Well, this video might explain why, because I'm explaining my top 10 reasons why I prefer this over the original version that was released in 1980. Because this was released in 2006, together with Superman Returns, I think. So yeah. Let's begin with top 10 reasons why I prefer this version of Superman 2 over the theatrical version. So the first reason why I like the Richard Donner cut more than the theatrical version is because this version of the film has like a much better connection to the first Superman movie from 1978. For example, it begins with the same trial scene of Zod, Ursa and Non as the first Superman movie, with Jor-El in it, which I was very happy about. And I like how it expands on that to show that one of the missiles that Superman stopped from attacking a city, destroying it, was a missile that went into space and destroyed the Phantom Zone. Yeah, I really like that connection, really. I mean, the trial scene in Superman 2 the theatrical version was a lot different. Like, it wasn't the same as it was in the first Superman movie. It was very different, which I didn't really like. It felt pretty off how it was so different. But yeah, I like this. One reason why I like it is because of the connection to the first film being better. My second reason why I prefer Richard Donner cut is also because I love how John Williams returned to compose the music, because as you all know, he didn't compose any new music for this version of the film. What they did was they used much of his music from the first one movie, and also some unused cues that he did as well, which weren't used in the first film. And I gotta say, I don't know why they had to get another composer for Superman 2 when they already had all this music readily available. And when comparing the music, because I rewatched both films again, I gotta say, John Williams' music, it flows so much better compared to the soundtrack in the theatrical version. I mean, no disrespect to Ken Thorne, but I think John Williams' music flowed so much better. That's why I'm so glad that he returned, as composer for this movie, which I was very happy about, because he's my favourite composer of all time. My third reason why I prefer the Richard Donner cut is because I love how the way Lois tries to prove that Clark Kent is Superman. For example, by trying to jump out a window of a daily planet thinking Clark will save her as Superman, but he humiliates her by saving her as Clark instead. And she falls onto a wagon of fruit. It was actually a pretty funny scene. And I also definitely did love the scene where she shoots Clark with a blank, and that of course gives away that he's Superman. And the reason why I love that scene the most, where she shoots him with a blank, is because it shows what a phenomenal actor Christopher Reeve was, may he rest in peace. Because he changed his posture from Clark to Superman within a second, just like that. And oh wow, his acting was incredible. And of course, Margot Kidder was great as always as Lois. She really was. It's like her and Christopher Reeve's chemistry was amazing, especially in these two scenes. And yeah, I like this more than the version in Superman 2's theatrical cut, where he burns his hand in a fight and he of course is unharmed by it. I think this one was much better because it showed how much of a great actor Christopher Reeve is. I really like this one better. My fourth reason why I prefer Richard Donner cut is also because I like how this cut completely removes all those really weird powers we've never seen before from the theatrical version. For example, Superman being able to throw his S symbol at Non and it catching like a net, really. And also how Zod, Ursa and Non have the ability to fire white lasers out of their hands. Really. It's very strange. And also the ability to become holograms in a Fortress of Solitude too. That was really so confusing how they could become holograms like that. But luckily this cut omits that, and it keeps original to the comics, which I really appreciated. Keeping it in the spirit of the first one movie. I'm so glad they cut all those really weird powers out. It was so confusing when I saw it, but this cut made it so much better. My fifth reason why I think the Richard Donner cut is better is because I think the scene taking place at Niagara Falls is much better in terms of editing than the theatrical version, because when that boy is falling into the falls after he lets go by mistake and Superman rescues him, I feel like in the theatrical version it took Superman way too long to rescue him. Because I think it took him about, say, 20 to 30 seconds to fly down to rescue him, which is quite a long time because a boy would have probably easily fell into the water and drowned. But in the Richard Donner cut, however, compared to the theatrical cut, however, It takes Superman like about 5 to 10 seconds to rescue him, which is perfect because Superman is really fast. And of course, that scene was also very well executed, well, because it was Superman's first scene in costume in Richard Donner cut too. When you think about it, it was executed so well, and the editing was much better in my opinion in this scene. My sixth reason why I prefer Richard Donner cut is because I like the Battle of Metropolis in this movie compared to the theatrical version, because I like how it was far more, like, dangerous when you think about it, and much more brutal. Like, for example, I think Zod kicked Superman into a Statue of Liberty, his torch. Like, oh my goodness, that was pretty brutal. And yeah. And of course, I liked as well how Superman also punched Non into the Empire State Building spire. Like, that was pretty cool. Much better than how it was in the theatrical version. It was pretty good. And yeah. And the whole battle, especially with the citizens fighting, was also good. I like how we kept that in this, because it was pretty good. I think that's what Donner shot, I believe. That's why we kept it in. But yeah, this battle was much better, it really was, and it was much more like enjoyable to watch as well. My seventh reason why I like Richard Donner cut more is because I definitely like this version of how Superman gives up his powers. Like, I think it was much better done than the theatrical version. There is a reason why, and we'll get to that with reason number 10, which you'll probably guess, because this scene is so different. I like how this movie omits the idea of, Clark's clothes changing inside the chamber, because if you see the theatrical version, he goes inside wearing his Superman costume, and when he gets exposed to red sunlight, he comes out wearing his human clothes as Clark Kent. Like, that was very weird how it didn't explain how his clothes disappeared, and of course later when Zod and Non got exposed to it, their clothes didn't change. So luckily this movie cleared that up by having Clark go in there wearing his human clothes, his white shirt and trousers, and not his Superman costume. It made more sense, and it was much better to watch, definitely. My eighth reason why I like Richard Donner cut more is because I definitely did love how Zod, Ursa and Non are far more ruthless in this version of the movie. Like, because they're much more, like, brutal and evil compared to the theatrical version. For example, I definitely like how when they attack the White House, they attack more, it shows more scenes of them attacking. I definitely love the addition of Zod, using an AK-47 and having fun with it. Like, that was pretty cool, really, how he got to do that. And it's a shame we didn't see that in the theatrical version. But yeah, I'm glad they extended that fight scene. It was pretty good. And yeah, I really enjoyed seeing them in this movie, more than the theatrical version because of how much more evil they were. I definitely like that. My ninth reason why I prefer Richard Donner cut over the theatrical version is because I think the ending is far more satisfying in my opinion. For example, I love how Superman and Lois finally get to have a kiss, and also they get to hug. I was very happy about that. And yeah, he also was pretty emotional seeing that, considering, that both Christopher Reeve and Margaret Kidder are no longer with us, so may they both rest in peace. And I definitely also liked how Superman turned back time once again as a nice little callback to the first film. It was pretty good. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be saying, why didn't he do that before? But he probably did this now because he's had enough. Like, he thought he could deal with things that happened before, but maybe he's had enough of all that's happened after defeating Zod, so he thought he'd reverse all of time and play everything back to how it was. So yeah, and this ending was much more bearable to watch as well, compared to that scene where Lois is having a breakdown and Clark has to wipe a memory of him being Superman. Like, I feel like this was much more satisfying to watch, really, compared to that scene. Yeah, this is why I prefer this ending more. And now my number one reason, the 10th reason why I prefer this version of Superman 2 over the theatrical version is Jor-El. Like, I really love Jor-El's scenes in this film, and, getting to see the great Marlon Brando reprise his role as Jor-El in this film. I was so happy about that. Now, I do know he, of course, did film the scenes for Superman 2 back in 1980, but when he wasn't paid the same amount he was paid less than what he was given for the first Superman movie. He denied Richard Lester permission for his footage to be used in the film. And unfortunately, because Brando tragically passed away in 2004, I think it was, 2 years before this movie, they decided to use his footage that he filmed to create an appearance for him in this movie. And I gotta say, his scenes were so amazing. And the scene where, he of course appears to, to show Clark how to give up his powers, which was great. And also, I definitely love as well how he was the one who gave Clark his powers back. But unfortunately, he sacrificed his life, but it was such a great character moment for Jor-El. Like, it just proves what a great father he is to Kal-El, it really does. And yeah, And of course, may Marlon Brando rest in peace. Yeah, it was so great to see Jor-El back in this movie. Like, it was such a big missed opportunity to not include him in the original version of Superman 2 from 1980. It was such a big mistake how I didn't include him in that. Like, I wish he appeared in it, but unfortunately he didn't. But thankfully he appears in this one. And yeah, he was so amazing as always. So guys, those were the top 10 reasons why I prefer Superman 2 Richard Donner cut more than Superman 2 by Richard Lester from 1980. So, you know the drill guys, be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to let us know in the comments if you prefer Richard Donner cut over Richard Lester cut, or if you like both of them equally, tell me your opinions on the cuts below. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos coming in the future, and I'll see you all later.